So often, families of those with disabilities center their decisions around the family member with the disability. This can leave other family members feeling alone, sometimes unsupported, and just simply a less priority.
News Channel 5's Claire Kopsky joins us this morning, telling us more about a group that's working to really fill this void.
Well, and this is a national organization that has a Tennessee chapter that really grew during the pandemic, which has been incredible. It's called the Tennessee Adult Brothers and Sisters. It's a support group for siblings of those with disabilities.
A park is a soothing place for Emma Schaus and her brother Evan. Side by side, they explore and spend quality time together.
He loves nature, loves going on hikes and walks. Growing up, I'm 7 years older than my two younger twin brothers, including Evan, who has autism and intellectual disabilities.
Because of her brother Evan's challenges, her life has always been different.
Being a sibling to someone with a disability has a lifelong impact. You know, it can impact our decisions about where we go to college and what our careers will be, our partners, and whether or not we have kids. It can be kind of an isolating experience.
Evan requires daily care she might someday assume.
Siblings are sometimes referred to as the club sandwich generation because we can be in our 30s and 40s and 50s providing support not only to our own children and our brothers and sisters with disabilities and our aging parents or in-laws.
In 2007, Emma was introduced to Tennessee Adult Brothers and Sisters, TABS for short. It's a peer support group she now leads for siblings of people with disabilities. During COVID, the group started meeting monthly on Zoom to help one another navigate family challenges.
Things like healthy communication within families and setting boundaries and self-care, how to deal with caregiving stress.
They kindly invited us to join their December gathering.
Well, from a raise of hands, how many people have had their talks with their parents about the future and future planning?
They share what they're struggling with and encourage others with what they've already muddled through.
There's a lot of organizations and networks dedicated to parents of people with disabilities, and obviously there's lots of programs for people with disabilities, but sometimes it's tricky to connect and find the siblings.
A need that this program is trying to address.
If there's only one thing that people really understand about being a sibling of someone with a disability, what would you wish that people would know?
A lot, but not any, like it's kind of going back to, like, I don't want people to pity me.
I think acknowledging that other families without kids with disabilities have just as much drama and issues going on. There's addiction or depression or like other things in other families that I think if we were just more open about all of the issues that I know that disability might be a unique issue, but I think when you start to talk to other people that have siblings with other difficulties that aren't disability, that there's kind of a lot more similarities than you'd think.
Supporting one another and encouraging each other to share the good.
He makes my day better anytime I'm with him, honestly. I love you.
Really an amazing group. Well, the siblings told me that the best way that the community can support them is to understand that they are always needing to consider their sibling with a disability when they're making decisions. They also say that they hope that if anybody knows somebody who has a sibling with disabilities who is not already receiving support, to recommend that they check out this organization called TABS. We have a link on our website to teach you how to do so on newschannel5.com.